Welcome back to the channel. My name's Ninstars, and we're back with another video. And today we're gonna go through the next part of the One Piece review. This part we're gonna go through Syrup Village arc. That's the part basically where we meet Usopp and basically learn about him and how he's gonna join the crew and so on and so forth. So like before, you already know the formula by now if you watched the two previous episodes on the first and the second arc. But yeah, they're gonna go through. I have screenshots of like different parts of the One Piece episode, and then I'm gonna go through them and talk about like my thoughts and feelings during the show. Some of the screenshots may not be the biggest highlights of the show, but they're like what's making One Piece for me. You know, the little details, sometimes the side things. But yeah. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. So right here, as you can see, we're gonna start off with this. This chat shit. Well, chat smack get whacked. I'm not trying to swear in it, YouTube. But yeah, this part is when we've already met Usopp at this point. He's talking to the guy, I forgot her name. And then what's it called? This guy's like, get off the yard. You're not meant to be here. You're son of a pirate, this, that, and the third. Bro. And then he was just talking about like how he was this, oh, your dad is a pirate, blah, blah, blah. You man are musty. You man are dusty. Bro, that was not supposed to be it. That was not supposed to be it. That runs against the script for him to just like be running his mouth like that. And then Usopp was not having it either. He just went, bow. Top tier disrespect. I think, bro, for me, this moment, like, we just met Usopp and the fact that he's a liar, runs through his village and blah, blah, blah. But this part shows, like, he's got that animal in him, innit? That shit where if someone's getting too disrespectful, because if that was me, I would have done the same thing. If man's trying too much shit. Like, this man was just running his mouth, pushing up his glasses, like, ugh. You're the son of a pirate, dirty musty. Oh, you be talking about this, and Brave of the Sea, you man are trash. Like, yeah, I'd be talking the same shit as well. Like, give him a clean left hook. Or clean right in that case. I'm left-handed, innit? So yeah, he did that. All right, now for the next part. This part is just when we hear that the butler that's been looking after the like sick girl, his plan to take over all the money and stuff and the wealth, like yeah, he just aired that out right now. And then I just put the word snake at the top because that's what he is, a full-time snake. Bear in mind, this plan he said he's been cooking for like 3 years, innit? So then imagine you have a loyal like worker at your yard and they just take everything that like that's yours. Like he's just like, oh, you're a sick girl, there's nothing left for you. So the pirate he is, he just came in and said, yeah, that's all mine. I'm not gonna stop my pirating ways. But yeah. So I thought the appropriate word for this youth was gonna be snake. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this guy. This was a whole turning point as well, like because the way he punched Usopp, like, oh, you're a dirty pirate, cussing him out, and then 2 seconds later, Two Faced as well. I should have added that slash Two Face. But yeah. But yeah, then this part, Usopp learns about this obviously while sitting on the cliff with Luffy and stuff, bro. And then he tries to warn the village. Obviously, like it's sad for Usopp because obviously he knows like not like he really wants to. He cares about his village, and you'll see later on like moments. I've added that he really cares for his village, like character moments. But then at this point, I just think like he later realizes that oh, it's just too late at this point. You're literally the definition of the boy who cried wolf. Like there's no point in moving like trying to tell these men because they're never gonna believe you. Look, they came out with their broomsticks and everything because you lied to them like a million times before. So there's no point in trying to like rectify the issue now. But yeah, that's why I thought like it's a little too little too late type beat. But yeah. Oh yeah, and this part he runs to this little blonde girl in it that he's telling stories to, and he just hangs out. He's been hanging out for the longest. And then what's it called? He's trying to drag her arm, and be like, "Yo, come along, come along, come along." Like pirates are coming and they're trying to steal your wealth. You're gonna die and stuff like that. But yeah, he's just trying to bring her along, and then what's it called? Like at this point, he's literally grabbing her arm, like, "Come on, come on!" But yeah, and then she just slaps him. Like the word I wrote up here is valid because I think from her point of view, like this is a whole valid stance to take when you're just like, "What's this man on about? I've had my butler for time and time again. He sat with me when I'm sick. He knows my parents. My parents came in and brought him through. Like, how could you say this is one of your outrageous lies? Does that make sense?" even though he just tells her stories, like it don't matter too much, but he makes her happy. But then this wasn't even a happy moment. This is just like, yo, of all the stories you're talking about, this is just bullshit. Like, why are you trying to drag me? And then yeah, straight after this, the guy with the like sheep helmet or whatnot comes in and blocks him like in his arm and stuff. But basically, it's basically a fat fucker, like piss off. But yeah, that's what I thought about this. Like, I really thought it was valid, even though it was like a heavy moment. Like everyone in his whole village, and this guy was like kind of throwing him to the side. But to be fair, he ruined his own reputation, so there's only so much you can say. But yeah, oh yeah, and then this part, that's how I'm gonna stop the pirates at the beach tomorrow. So you see how like 2 sides ago I said, oh, um, he, oh yeah, he went to the village and everyone thought he was lying. Here, he was like, I'm gonna protect my village and stop the pirates at the beach tomorrow. I basically keep up the fact that it's a lie to the rest of the village, but defend off the pirates, even though it's true. Does that make sense? It's the biggest, like, oh, bro, this is so cool. Like, I'm gonna make sure that pirates ending up at the village is a lie, still a lie to the rest of the village, so they can like have a normal day tomorrow. Right? I just thought, yo, that's admirable as fuck. Like, that's a whole load of like development for Usopp, but like we're getting so much of his character just from this one like couple of episodes. Like it's just so beautiful to see. It's so beautiful to see, especially the way they like polish it off. But yeah, admiral's the word. Admirable is the word I'd use for this. Oh yeah, and this is like when he's Butley guy with the push up glasses like that. He comes in and slashes things. He's like, yeah, fuck that. Fuck, he got new glasses. What's it called? Blonde lady got new glasses for he stepped on them at this point. And then also, what's it called? The sheep was talking about how like, oh, let's reflect, blah blah blah, and he was reflecting on like, oh, so many years of service, blah blah blah. And he was like, you're just gonna get in the way of this, boom. And this was on an anniversary of like him being at the castle with it, like him being at the mansion when it was like 3 years or 4 years or something like that. So yeah, I just thought it was like kind of not nuts, but like it's just like I wrote here on the top, ruthless for them to for him to be doing that. But yeah, it just kind of shows like, oh, this ruthless shit is gonna happen. Like even a nigga that you could work with by your side. I just had an epiphany. What if one of the core members do that? What if one of the core members like do that? Like say Zoro slashes up Luffy one day. Like not on, oh, this is a plot, like an actual hatred type beat. I'm excited to see. I don't know. It leaves it up in air considering he's been by his side for time. And there's another like later on I'm gonna show you. There's another like ruthless moment as well. I don't know if I have it in slides, but I'll explain it if I don't. But yeah. Okay, I want to include this side because it's not that important in the grand scheme of the plot, but for me, I saw this as development because here you can see, oh, like small elements, for example, Nami betraying Zora and like trying to get like her own way type beat. They're still not like a fully formed crew. But then obviously, like later on in the show, like in the anime, they're gonna like become a tight bond per se. I don't know if they're probably not gonna snake each other in this way, but it's these little subtle like scenes that build the character moments. Does that make sense? Like we could have this part of the story, this syrup island could have lived without this. But then the fact that they like Oda included this, like I thought it was like entirely big brain. But yeah. Or whoever like production team, whatever the case may be. But yeah. This part I just wanted to include this as first time armor because bro, this should have ended his storyline right here. This should have been like, oh, like this is your time. This is the start of the episode. Boom, life points 0. But guess what? Like story must go on in it. I just find it kind of funny. Like they just get slapped with the baddest shit. But yeah. Oh yeah, and then this part, like, so obviously you got conked in the last like slide you just saw, and then the village is gonna have just another ordinary day. Yeah, he's still like after getting conked, and then what's it called? Like he got smacked up, like slashed up and stuff by the other like regular pirates because this guy has no strength, like literally none. But he's a sniper in it, but close range. He's got a glass cannon. He's not even a talent at this point. He's just a glass sniper, I guess. But yeah. Gonna he's just literally trying like with his all belief, like he's grabbing onto the pirates leg, like stopping them from going. And he's just like, today's just gonna be another ordinary day for the village. I lied to them and it's gonna stay a lie. I just thought like the amount of belief this you has is crazy. But yeah. Oh yeah, this scene. For those of you who've been watching One Piece for ages, like you might have forgotten this scene, but these two cats were originally his pirates in it. And they were like, yo, you've been a butler for this whole time. You're probably washed up because smoke you since we've been pirating this whole time. And then all you see, like, they're like pouncing on him and like about to scratch him up. And he's like, bet. Zoom. Like, yo, brothers, remember I was captain for a reason. I still got it. And yeah, this is just like showing, like, putting everyone in their place, like display of power type beat. Like, you can't betray me. Like, you are my pirates. I'm still him. But yeah. I just thought this was a back. No, I'm joking. Um, at this point, he was literally passed out, like literally tried to get up and stuff and walk. And he was just like, nah, because he got smacked up. Remember, look, you can see the bruises and stuff on the back. But yeah, you can see how like the willpower within, like he's still trying to talk at this point. He's like, oh, you will not get to the village, blah blah blah. But yeah, this man is just like a whole scripture of belief and stuff. Even though he's like one of the weakest, he's the weakest character you see so far. That's like obviously like Matt joined the crew. But yeah. Oh my god, this part was crazy because he was like, "Oh, Zora's just walking with Usopp on his lap, like, oh, go protect the other girl, blah blah blah." And then they're like, "Who gave you permission to pass this hill?" That was this glasses guy who said this, innit? And then all you see, bro, Alpha, god tier character, bro. Bro, I'm starting to like him like more than Goku, bro. Like because I don't know what it is. It's like I can't like this is climbing already to be one of my favorite animes. I don't know. It's already one of my favorite. I can't think of any better anime right now. But then animes are the animes that I watch are so different. But still, let me get back to the point. Like he's just like I don't know. He's like, oh, literally, this is the next wave. Who gave you permission to pass this hill? I did. It was swings for him, like literally go shoom. But yeah, I just saw it as a boss moment, like stamping down his foot, and he just tells him to run. Oh my god. Okay, remember earlier how I was like, I forgot what I said earlier, but yeah, this part had me crazy. It's just Luffy's rage moments in it. His rage moments are crazy. Like, who do you take your friends for? Like, this was when he was like doing his like swift step maneuver, like pussyfoot or whatever you want to call it. And then he was just slashing up all his like the guy with glasses slashing up his own crew and stuff like that. And then Luffy was just like, "Who do you take your friends for? These ain't even his crew members. This is another the pirate crew that came to raid the village." That came to storm the village to make like her death look like a mistake. He's mad for them. Like he's mad because their captain started like slashing them up. Yeah, I just thought this was crazy. Like, yo, this is such a foundation to be building on. But yeah, that's what I thought about this frame. And then yeah, oh yeah, this one he catches him straight out of his pussy from maneuver, like just smashes him down. Like, bro, this is disrespectful. These frames are fun. But yeah. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about these three kids. These three kids are like they're part of like Usopp's crew. It's not really a full fledged pirate crew because they're all on the village and they don't really do much. They're kids there. But then they Usopp was like one of his dying not I wanna say dying wishes, like while he was beat up, you see on the floor, bent over, bracken. Yeah. He is like he sent them off to go protect her and run through the forest in it to get away from this whole situation. And they somewhat managed to do it, but like this is the part where he's about to like stab her in the neck because she finished writing the will, and they needed to buy some extra time. These three niggas, they're so sick. These three youths are hard, bro. Like even here, they just bought an extra second by stabbing the nigger in the back, like slapping this guy in the back, even though like literally they got kicked, they got abused, they tried to jump him and they got rocked for it. Like it's crazy. It's just like such good development for like just the type of crew that Luffy wants pirates to be per se. Because you have your own image as pirates, and then there's what Luffy's crew's trying to build, and like trying to find like good characters and good actors within like the show. It's so crazy to me. It's really cool. And this was after everything over, blah blah blah. And then they were like the kid, like his little kid crew that you just saw now. He was like, "Yo, you could sit here and like clear your name now. Like you just defended off pirates. We can show like all their like corpses and stuff. Like tie them up and show like the evidence." But then he was just like, "I'm gonna pretend like nothing happened. Just leave it as a lie. Like you don't even want to clear his own name. He's just a proud liar." Like, but yeah, no, I think it's kind of wholesome. Like, just leave everything how it is. Like, I see why. Like, he doesn't want that. Like, he's not interested in the hero status. He just does it like kind of low key vigilante, not vigilante, like similar to hero that don't wear a cape. That's it. Yeah. But yeah, and also this is why they're at the village in the first place. Well, they got a ship because their ship got destroyed in it. So and that's how we got introduced to Going Mary. But yeah, it's been your boy Nine Stars, and I hope to see you in the next One Piece review. And then also please like, comment, subscribe. You know all that YouTube does. But yeah, and also go go through my channel and see like if you like other videos, watch them too. Greatly appreciate it. But yeah, thanks. On the grind.
Jump in the whip that you never seen. It got bulletproof glass in the ceiling screen. Let me guess, it cost you like 100,000. No, little bitch, it cost 7 billion. I'm doing what you do in your dreams. I fuck your bitch pussy Vaseline. These bitches always want capture me.